Last time on Earth 513.
Two Asgardians, Thor.
You're lucky.
And you can tell that Thor's been fighting. And this big, towering creature stands before him. It's Thanos. And he's with his army, what we know as the Black Order. He's got his hand on your brother's throat.
Yeah.
He's squeezing, and he says, "Give me the Tesseract." What do you do?
Let's see if I can convince them that what he has is the Tesseract.
So Thanos looks at the Tesseract, and now that he sees that you were trying to do something, he's like, crushes it, and there's nothing in it. Loki turns towards you and he's pissed. Okay? So he's going to use the move to rush towards you.
So now, having no choice but to use the ace of my sleeve, which is the space stone.
So you tried to activate the stone, and you tried to like punch air with it. The stone was like, "Oh, what are you doing?" I'm confused. So it does some weird like energy, okay? But for a minute you see Earth flicker. Okay, you see like a flicker of Earth, so you know where the stone wanted to bring you, but it doesn't temporarily work. And now it's Thanos' turn.
Yeah.
So he has grabbed the stone from you.
Oh yes, 2 stones!
And he smacked you in the face. What's your HP?
I love when somebody says, "What's your HP?"
And he's gone for the choke grab. He's grabbed you by the throat, and very much like the movie, chokes you out. And don't worry, folks, this isn't the end. But in this session, Loki's been murdered.
Oh my god.
All right, and we're back. So the Watcher, very traumatized. I was not expecting this, he says. So many possibilities, so many worlds, and this is what I see. So in shame, he looks elsewhere, because he can't take action, right? As we know, viewers and listeners, the Watcher can't take action, he views and he cries, Our player Jazz doesn't really like that about him, but not to point fingers.
Such a creep, whatever.
So let's turn our eyes elsewhere. The Watcher turns his eyes to Earth, which he has a lot of affection for some reason. And let's give Jazz a moment to shine. Not shy. A moment to shine. Shine shyly.
There you go.
All right, so Invisible Woman, Sue Storm. Let's do a quick mini recap of where she's at now, and you can tell me if you agree, disagree, we can work it out. So, if I remember from our discussion off screen, Invisible Woman has been having some tough times with her. We said they weren't married, right? Not yet.
No, they're not married.
So with her boyfriend, Reed Richards, she's been having some tough times. Yeah, because in our world, the Fantastic Four have existed. And we'll go more into that and how they came into the world. But in our world, like all the other MCU heroes up to this point, they're very much known. The Fantastic Four are famous. They're mostly famous actually because, like Iron Man and a very few others, they were very public about their identity. They didn't hide it. They were like, "Oh, I am Mr. Fantastic," and everyone was like, "Mr. Fantastic, how presumptuous." But also, he's a fantastic guy. And then, Sue Storm showed up, and at the time she was pretty shy, so she actually didn't name herself, but the media were like Invisible Girl because she can go invisible, all this stuff. And Ben Grimm, the incredible thing, well, we talked about this and our player had a bit of a rough time with this, but unfortunately, when they got their abilities and Sue saw him, she was like, "You're like this monstrous thing." And poor Ben, with a crush on her, was like, "Then I'll call myself the Thing." And Invisible Woman's kid brother, the Human Torch because he's not super original and he was on fire and like, I'm the Human Torch. Yeah. So that's just a very quick and very, unoriginal intro of what happened with the Fantastic Four. For those that don't know, Reed was an inventor. He invented, deep space travel, or tried to, but he was very young and very inexperienced. And they tried, but they didn't factor in what we call the cosmic rays. And so the cosmic rays affected the ship. The ship crashed. They got their powers, and the rest is history. And they've done a bunch of heroics, and they're pretty recognized in the superhuman community. Now, flashing to the present, or a little bit before, there was the Civil War, right? The superhuman Civil War with, as we know, Iron Man versus Captain America. And, I'll let you say it. Which side did she take in that battle and why?
Jesus, you're just throwing me in there. Well, I have to think about it.
But you told me already. I thought it was going to be an easy answer.
I don't remember anymore. I don't remember what I said.
Well, you can decide now. Or I can tell you what you told me last time.
Yeah, what did I say last time? Probably I'm going to agree to.
So, you had told me... I swear, people, she told me this. I'm not forcing anything on her. You had told me that you had taken Cap's side because you felt like you were not in alignment with why he was doing it, and you felt like his whole superhuman act was, against your values. That's what you told me quickly. But you can change your mind now.
Yeah, but that was... Okay, yeah, no, I understand. I would side with Cap because it doesn't make sense. Like, Tony was just too hyped and he needed
Hype
to...
train.
Yeah, like, he just really thought he was, like, the god of everything, and that just not goes well. That's, I think, my opinion as a character.
Fair.
I don't think
And
it
so
goes well.
Sue was super against it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for her relationship, Reed was very much on Iron Man's side. And the reason for that is they're both very scientific minds. They're pretty terre à terre, you know what I mean? And so it was really hard for him when you revealed that you were... did you think he was going to be on your side, or did you right away know he was going to go on Iron Man's side? In character.
No, I definitely knew he was gonna go for Iron Man because of the fact that, they're both kind of scientists and he understands where he's coming from. But from a human perspective, I do not support that, nor do I understand. Like, they're scientists, they should be able to see how that can backfire. But because they're like that tunnel vision. Yeah, like that tunnel vision of like, oh my god, this is so great. They don't see the consequences that Cap and I can see.
And I have a very important question. Again, I apologize to put you on the spot, but this is the point of the game.
What?
Remind me, did you want to decide that you have your 2 children, just one of them?
No, I had 2 kids.
You had the 2. Okay. So this is really cool because there's lots of stuff we can do that. So, for those that know why these kids are cool, good for you. But Sue had the kids. I can't remember how old are they? I feel like I had it somewhere, but
I think they're
at this point in time.
9 and 10.
9, yeah.
9 and 10.
12.
9 and 10.
For the recording, let's remember that. So they're 9 and 12, you said?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, 9 and 12. Okay. So they're 9 and 12. Thanks, team.
I'm just saying things, I think.
Did you give
viewers and
yourself a
listeners.
space? You went one baby to the other?
Yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah.
Right
That's
away.
actually that's
okay,
very
but
canon.
who's the guy?
I mean,
Wait.
super mama, right?
Yeah.
So like,
That's very canon. Very canon. And it's important for the story that we established that she had these kids. And yeah, the reason I'm asking you this is because this civil war is about to happen. You know enough about Reed that you know what papers to look. You know which direction they're going. Probably from Reed's perspective, he's not going from an aggressive stance the same way Tony is. From his perspective, he's more like he's been doing all the math and all of the calculations to how can I create a super prison that can contain these people, but that will be the less painful, the less, he's doing it from a human perspective. He's like, I want to make sure I can keep society safe, but I also know this may backfire. Like, he's done the math. So he's like, I want to make sure that it's actually comfortable, and that That's his way of trying to be human. You know, he hasn't gone further than that because you're his heart. You know, you're the person that keeps him grounded and human. And he's focused on how can I find a solution to, from his perspective, the fact that there's more and more collateral damage. There's a whole country that was like pretty much destroyed. We're talking about Sokovia. There's a bunch of terrible things that's happened. He's particularly nervous about a certain Scarlet Witch, right? He's starting to see, and he's done the calculations. He's like, exponentially, this could get really bad. Unfortunately, he's not the best communicator, so he hasn't told you all this. But all you can see from his calculations is he's building a freaking prison for people that we know, people that we're close to, people that have been at the births of our children, etc., etc. So my important question to you is, what do you do if you're against this? You've got children, you've got your brother, you've got your best friend Ben, both of your best friends Ben, and you realize you're potentially in conflict with your boyfriend. We're saying boyfriend. So what do you do?
The first thing I would do is obviously think about my kids. Like Ben can take care of himself, so can my best friend, the thing.
Your brother?
Ben is my brother.
No, Ben's your best friend. We've talked about this. Ben, the thing, is your bestie. He's the
Ben is the thing, and the Human Torch is
your
my
bro.
brother. Okay.
Yeah.
But both of them, the point is, both of them can take care of themselves.
Just be careful because we should.
And I think they would also agree with me that I like kids first, security first.
Yeah.
So I need to bring them to a safe spot where
Interesting.
I know they will be safe away from it, and also warn the people that I love of what's going on with Reed and everything else, so they can go somewhere safe. And then I would probably come back and help the team.
Great. So we're going to do a quick flash forward so that we can get our dear Raph playing. So if you permit me, I'll do a quick flash forward based on the information you gave me. So in the middle of the night, and by the way, this is actually comic accurate. In the middle of the night, Sue has, I don't remember if she took the children, but in our story, she's taking the children because you're a mom. So you took the children and you made for a run for it. Reed, being the brilliant man that he is, I'm not going to have you roll. He knows what's happening. But he's like, this is the safest way for my kids to be okay. I am definitely not going to get into conflict with my wife. I don't want it to get, or girlfriend, sorry. I don't want it to get too dangerous. So he kind of just lets you go. But he finds ways to keep tabs of where you are. That's all I'll say. And so you make for a run for it. Who is the superhero or superheroes that you first go to? Where do you go, basically, as you flee?
Oh, I go to my family and my best friend.
Your family and best friend?
Yeah.
So you go to
Ben's girlfriend.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you're going to Alicia's. Okay. So not Ben. Well, I guess Ben and Alicia would be together. Okay. So you head to Ben and Alicia's. Do you speak to any of the superheroes, or are you keeping low-key?
No, this time I'm keeping it low-key.
Okay.
Because I need my kids to be safe.
Okay.
I'm like Hawkeyeing the whole thing.
Thank you. That helps me a lot. So she's Hawkeyeing the whole thing.
Yes.
That's a verb now.
We're using it.
Sue is Hawkeyeing the whole thing. And so she is in hiding with Alicia and Ben. And I mean, what better bodyguard can you have than a freaking man made out of big boulders, who's strong enough to combat the Hulk? So fair enough. Good call. Yeah. Let's cut to our other hero in this story, the incredible Captain America. Captain America. So we actually separately played how this goes down, at least the first part. And so we're going to zoom through this, and he did all the rolls. So trust us, this is all role appropriate. So somewhere in a very distant place called Scotland, I don't know if you ever heard of it. In Scotland, Cap was, I don't know if he was in Scotland. We actually, Raph in classic Cap fashion, didn't tell us where he was, but he was in somewhere in, I asked him 3 times subtly. I was like, so where's Cap? Somewhere in Europe. And I was like, okay, but where? in a hotel because he'd be in a hotel. I might cut to that, like snippets of it, but
Yeah.
we'll see. But it was great. So yeah, so he's somewhere, and he sees on the news that there's the start of what seems to be an alien invasion. I mean, they're pretty confident because they've had a few alien invasions by now. There's this big, like, circle-y ship, okay, this, like, ring-shaped ship. It's, like, sucking in air and blowing out air. There's stuff getting destroyed. There's people running, panic. And there's two places it's happened, in New York and in Scotland. And so I asked him, what do you do? He gets a call from Black Widow, and, well, actually, why don't you do the recap? I'm so silly.
So, if I do remember, I got a call from Black Widow telling me exactly what's happening. So I told her, all right, where? And let's go with the Quinjet. So we go.
Stolen Quinjet, by the way.
We go, we arrive, and when we arrive, we actually saw a red light. That's exactly what we saw. And I told Black Widow to try to get in the, well, a little bit in front of it, as the same path as Scarlet Witch going down, and Vision.
Oh.
Because Vision, it was there. And I told her to open the back of the Quinjet so I can actually grab, also at the same time, grab the parachute and jump to grab Scarlet Witch. And what was it?
No, it's okay.
Yeah,
Great recap.
I think
And so he goes for the capture, and he did some really
and,
solid rolls. You managed to like slow
I
down the
managed
fall.
to actually hold Scarlet Witch, but Vision, as a
Heavy, it's a
machine,
big piece of metal.
is a heavy piece of metal, I should say. I decided to actually just grab Scarlet Witch and let Vision go. And we opened for the parachute and reduced the speed.
Slowed the speed with the parachute. Scarlet was slowing down like Vision in her fall, and they crashed into the train station. Very, MCU classic. And that's where we're at. There was a start of a battle, but anyway, we didn't have the right ability scores and all that, so. Okay. So, now that we have a few more players in the set, let's recap this from this point, but try to get Invisible Woman in. So, back in the States. And this would have happened sometime before this, okay, for it to make chronological sense. You're chilling with Ben, Alicia, your kids, trying to keep your kids as like happy and despite their dad not being around, and trying to figure out how to explain why and all that stuff. All that like tough, like not divorcee, but kind of situation, right? And you're watching the news, and it was actually this kind of like, I actually have this written down, so I'm going to read it for you.
Mm-hmm.
I have things ready sometimes. So, okay. So you're watching the news.
This is J. Jonah Jameson for the Bugle at 5 p.m. We have reports of another alien invasion here in New York. Where are the Avengers? And why haven't they taken care of the situation yet? The property damages alone will increase our country's deficit by millions. It seems only yesterday that Tony Stark, the very same man that assisted in the creation of the Sokovia cards, pseudo-genius extraordinaire Reed Richards, and Banner himself decided to send Banner, the Hulk, out into space. Why? We don't know. And that's with taxpayer money. And now we don't even have the Hulk. And this alien invasion is going on. What are they thinking?
And so, yeah, and you're like, like most people are like, freaking J. Jonah Jones, you changed the channel. He was going to say something about Spider-Man for some reason,
Yeah.
So
Oh, just to throw in the mix, just for fun.
he's like, and also, randomly, Spider-Man is the menace. So you change the channel, and then you hear a British talk show host. I'm going to try my best, okay?
Here on Life and Times of Heroes, we have none other but the ever-loving Thing with us. Ben, can you tell us your thoughts on Sue Storm not signing the Sokovia Accords? I mean, she's a mother of 2. I can't imagine there being that many other options.
And then channel switches, because you don't want to listen to that bullshit.
Yeah.
And Ben's like, I'm sorry, Sue, I didn't know what to say. And then there's like a...
We interrupt this program for an immediate broadcast. Please seek immediate shelter. We repeat, seek immediate shelter. If you do not know where to go, find a gym, your local school, town hall.
blah, blah, blah. Typical message, right? And you get a little call on your secret phone because viewers and listeners, for context, our Invisible Woman has been doing on the down low some work with S.H.I.E.L.D. We're not going to know why for now, but she's been doing some work down low. You know, Jazz and I talked about this. And so you get a message from an agent that I won't identify yet. Maybe they cloak their voice, but you have a message and it says, Sue, I'm sure you're watching the news right now, but we actually need you in Scotland. I know you have family. I know the same thing's happening in New York, but we really need you over there. What's your answer? What do you do?
I think this would be for me the first time that that person actually really asked for help, knowing that I have kids. That person really knows my priorities. So for them to really ask that to me, it's really like it's major. And Sue or I, like we're very, how can I say, like the compassion in my heart will not allow me to not respond to that call.
Hero's heart.
Hero's heart. There you go.
You're not going to lose your karma yet.
Not yet.
Oh, it's true. I guess you could have used your karma, but...
Oh
I'm an anti-hero.
Oh, it's true. Anti-hero. It's true. No karma
Fair
for
enough.
anti-heroes.
no! He doesn't have karma.
Yeah.
So therefore, one of the first thing I would do is just make sure the kids are safe.
Ben's there.
Yeah, Ben's there.
You
Ben's
know.
girlfriend's there. I know they're safe, and I trust Ben 100% with my kids. So I will leave for Scotland. Like, Jesus.
Jump into action.
Throwing her dice away.
Yeah.
Is
That's
that- I don't know.
It's
where
okay.
it was.
We'll
There's
we
another
have to
one.
wait.
Got it.
Yeah, we've got other
Guys?
dice.
No.
Okay.
Oh, I got it.
Dice.
There you go.
Dice save. Okay. So you're heading straight for Edinburgh. So, cutting back to the action. Cap is in the fight. I vaguely remember that he was trying to disarm Proxima Midnight of her weapon, and I think that's where we were at last time we spoke. The, for now anonymous S.H.I.E.L.D. agent has you in the scene, and she's telling you, we don't know why, they're going for the Vision, potentially the Scarlet Witch, we're not sure. Scarlet Witch, as you know, so there's a little bit of a thing between you and this agent where she's asked you to keep an eye on the Scarlet Witch in particular. She's like, I know, are you friends? Would you be friends with
Yeah.
one? Okay. So she's like, I know you're friends, but this is for the safety of the Earth. At this point, she hasn't gone to the extent that we have in the MCU, but she has enough powers that she's killed a bunch of people in a building in that explosion scene we know. So she's like, we know you're friends. We're going to trust you to make sure that she is keeping her act together. And so that's part of the reason she has you here, because Vision's in danger. For them, from a S.H.I.E.L.D. perspective, Vision is a weapon of mass destruction that they have allowed the superiors to keep because they didn't really have a choice at the time. And because Tony has promised with the Sokovia Accords that Vision is basically signed as a weapon of the United States, and his responsibility is to report to the States. At this point in time, though, he's been visiting Wanda on the DL, being friendly. And so your mission at this point in time, you've been given the mission from this anonymous agent, but you're pretty confident you know who this person is. You've been given this mission to fly in. You have your own private jet, fighter plane, shield fighter plane, doesn't really matter. Some kind of plane.
Quinjet.
I have
some
some.
Quinjet.
Yeah.
You got a Quinjet.
Yeah.
And you've been tasked to fly in and to keep an eye out. So you are flying over this scene. What do you do?
Jeez. Okay, wait.
Keeping in mind I'm just going to give you context for everyone and for people at home. You obviously have the choice to jump in and boom, do the action,
Yeah.
which is the way Loki played it.
Yeah.
Or partially, you did a bit of illusion work.
Yeah.
Or you can choose to go in stealth.
No, where the hell is Vision? Vision is on the floor. Okay.
Yes.
I would. Okay, here's the thing.
Mhm.
I will jump out, but without them knowing,
Mhm.
I am on the ground
Mhm.
and I'm watching them.
Fair. And you do have the invisibility power, so you could use that if you want to use it.
Come on.
So you have your invisibility power.
Yeah.
You are invisible. You are down on the ground.
Yeah.
Where do you want to land?
I'm
Yeah.
watching. Hi, stalker.
Yeah.
So pretty much right in the middle.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just stalking them. See, like, why the hell Vision is on the floor.
Cap, you have one turn to finish this off before our next session. What do you do?
Where's the lady?
Shove. Okay.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to say.
Yeah.
I don't want to fight the lady, so I try to
Oh,
Push her
okay.
away.
push her away.
Cap is so respectful
I'm still
that there's an
respectful.
alien woman that's beating everyone. He just does a shove.
He is
So-
a grandpa.
I respect that.
Let's
that.
just say that I grab the staff and
Yeah,
push
yeah,
away.
for sure. Which is actually what you were doing last time. So it's kind of a
Yeah,
shove,
that's
grab weapon
exactly-
kind of thing, like a.
Yeah.
Huh.
I took the. That's exactly so. That I was trying to take the. What was it? The sticky point.
Yeah, you want to take the sticky pokey thing. That's I think what we called it last time. Okay, so you're going to have to roll a melee attack, and it's going to be against her defense. So we're going to see if it's successful.
God.
Oh Jesus! 4,
Yeah.
5. Sorry, 5.
5 in total with your.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Ooh.
We're not doing great, people.
Yeah, that's painful.
Yeah.
What's your media?
What's up?
3.
Oh, he adds a 3.
Yeah. Well, that's how
Oh.
it works, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. So you're at 8. Great. I was like, at least it's not like nothing.
At least.
So 8, but her melee defense is 15. I'm sorry. So it's Proxima Midnight's turn. If I remember, we're gonna go with last time's initiative. So we're gonna work on that. So she's also rolled pretty poorly, actually. So that's a 5, and we're adding a 5, so that's a 10. What's your melee defense?
$13.
Okay. So this is a
Sorry.
pretty good battle.
Yeah.
So actually, I'll describe what Proxima does, and then you can describe what you do, so we get like an epic battle.
Yeah.
So you go for the grab, she dodges it, and then she tries to smack you, but she misses. Why did she miss?
Okay. She missed because. Jesus Christ! Sorry.
No, it's okay. I threw that at you. It's okay, I'll help out. So
Probably,
she goes
yeah,
to try to
because
turn it
I
against you.
back
You back up. Yeah, so she misses the swing. And so you're in a standstill. Invisible woman, your last action, what do you do?
You have a fucking shield. Sorry.
No, he doesn't
No,
have it.
I don't
He
have
lost
the
it during the
shield.
Civil War.
Yes.
Fair. For people, he doesn't
Oh,
have the shield. He doesn't have the
no.
shield.
Shield.
That's part of the reason he's weaker in our story, because he doesn't have the shield.
Where is the shield?
Right
fair.
now it's somebody
This could help
who
for the
has-
future of the story. We don't officially know. Even in the movie, we don't officially know, but it's
Property of
Tony,
the
property of Tony Stark.
government or Tony or
Alright.
Last roll, what do you do?
Roslo, I mean, I will turn up or in, I don't know what the word is, but we'll take my invisibility out and they obviously see me. And the first thing I would say is, y'all need a hand.
I love it. Y'all need a hand.
And I show up and I will obviously fight on their side because I'm on their side. So.
so
Okay.
punch somebody
What do you want
in
your
the
final
face.
attack to be before the close of the evening?
Oh yeah, I can do that.
You can do an attack. Putting down your shield doesn't take anything. I mean, your invisibility
No.
doesn't take
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
Shield.
Okay, so that's like just not it's one action or no action?
Putting down your invisibility is not an action because you just
Okay, so
didn't
I-
focus anymore.
Cool.
Yeah.
You Cap backed up so he misses the thing.
Yeah, so,
I come in
so
and I will.
he's backed up just a little bit. She's missed her swing. She's maybe like off her balance.
Yeah, she's off her balance, so I will take that opportunity to kick the shit out of her.
Yeah, and you've got an edge, so you can re-roll one of your dice. Do you want to go for just a straight punch to the face, or do you want to do a power of some kind?
Let me see. Where are my powers?
That would be the second tab. I think.
I have,
On the sheet that we will share.
I have elemental push.
Oh, nice. Okay, so let's take a quick look, because I think I didn't write it right. So elemental push.
I have it here.
Oh, you do?
The character makes an ego attack against the target's agility defense.
Baller.
If the attack succeeds, the character can move their target in any direction up to one space time. The character's rank. I don't know.
What did it say? One?
Up to one space times
Okay,
the character's
that means
rank. Oh,
the
yeah.
number of one space times rank. Your rank is 2, so you can move her 2 spaces away. It's up to 2. It's up to your rank times 1, or times what? Read me that last bit again. Sorry.
Okay, it's up to one space times the character's rank.
Okay. So
Is
from
my
1 to, in your case,
Yeah,
2.
you're right.
1 to 2. And so you just have to roll your, what was it, agility? Or no, it was
Ego.
ego. Okay, so roll your
Wait.
dice for ego.
And there's more. On a fantastic success, the target also takes regular damage. It is knocked prone and suffers the element special effect.
Love it. So if
So
you
you have to roll
if you get
marble.
the marvel, then you
You
also
will
get
do that.
damage, not just a push. And we'll look what the elemental.
Effective.
So wait, now it's my ego, right? My ego's
Yeah,
shit.
your ego. That's why you had 4 points in ego. You'll know for next time.
Oh!
She had a
serious?
marble.
I have a marble.
you freaking serious? Okay, so that's
So-
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so the drawback is her agility is pretty high because she's a higher level, so she's 17, but you do still have a marvel. So what we're going to do is we're gonna say it hits. Let's just be fair because, like, we're technically cheating, okay? But we're gonna make it epic. This is a narrator exception for this turn because we want to end on a strength here.
I know.
Yeah, high note. So you have to take, we said on a fantastic roll, it also does damage. So you need to take your, only the Marvel dice, which is 6, multiplied by, we said it was ego damage. So you have to multiply it by your rank. So that's 12 plus your, what was your ego number? 1. Oh, I mean, that's still 13. That's still pretty decent. So, 13. I'm going to be honest with you, she has a lot of life, but it's okay.
Hey,
And you can now choose to... Oh, and she's also knocked out. That's what we said.
I just want her to fly away, okay?
Yeah. I mean, your rank's still pretty low. So, which direction do you want to move her to, little Bonhomme?
This way,
This
way, yeah.
So, and she's knocked
Yeah.
out. So we're going to... Fragile down.
Sorry.
She was excited. Okay.
I got into character.
So we're gonna cut and do one last thing for Sonyk because he deserves a turn. Loki is dead, but I have some reveals for you. So
Ooh.
folks, that's it for these folks. Are you feeling good with what we have so far?
Yeah.
Great. So let's
Super.
give Sonyk a final moment before we close.
Roxacula.
So, for our viewers at home, I said this off screen. You know, a narrator, or in the case of D&D, we call them DMs, but we're playing Marvel, so
Marvel.
narrators. We never want our players to die, okay? Like, it always feels like a miscalculation, you know? Did I balance the battle correctly? People, this was intentional, okay? Like I was telling them, I planned what was going to happen if Loki died more than any of this campaign, okay? So this is going down.
Epic.
Oh
But
my
okay.
that
god.
happened.
So can you place Loki on the table for a moment? In view. Okay.
Oh my god. What's going on?
Okay. Now, for cinematic effect, I'm going to have you all to close your eyes for a minute, just to put yourself in the ambiance.
Yeah.
Viewers at home, you can close your eyes. Listeners, you can close your eyes. Loki has felt the most excruciating pain he's ever felt. And For a moment, all he feels is anger. Because he was like, my brother's always the one that's been the hero, and this time I was going to be the hero. I was going to get that frickin' stone. I was going to make a run for it. I was going to save my brother, and he was going to be so proud of me, and I was going to be like, I'm the hero, you failure. And so he was super stoked. But unfortunately, he died this miserable, terrible, angry death. And so, he feels this coldness, and everything is black, and everything is dark. And then, there's this weird heat that starts creeping up on him. And there's a quick thought that he's never had, because he's Asgardian, but not really, right? And Asgardians, as we may or may not know, they're all about, dying in the battle to come back in Valhalla, Vikings death. And thank you. But Loki never thought like that. He's half frost giant. He doesn't even know his family. He doesn't know their past. He doesn't know what it means to die. He honestly didn't think he would die, because for all we know, Asgardians are immortal. If not, they live for a very long time. And so when he suddenly feels this heat, there's this fleeting, almost like this childhood thought that pops into his mind and says, am I worthy of Valhalla? Is this what's happening? And then he opens his eyes, and you can all open your eyes. And all he sees are flames rising from the ground and these screams of agony. And in front of him is this red demonic figure.
No!
We have the big M in the house.
And the creature looks at him, and Loki's never seen this creature before, and so he doesn't know what to think. And the creature says, hello, Loki. I've been hoping you would come here. Did you think you could avoid death all this time and get away with it? What does Loki do?
Oh, first things first. Ask, who am I speaking to?
I am Mephisto. And we'll close on that. Thanks, everyone. This was Earth 513. This was our first campaign. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for the players.
Yay!
Catch you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hi there, viewers and listeners. Thanks for listening. On the behalf of myself and my crew, I'd really like to thank you for watching. And it's free. Go like and subscribe, the classics. And if you want to go the extra mile, you can actually go to our Patreon, which is patreon.com/Earth513. And you can either subscribe for free. We'll put some little updates of things coming up, etc., communicate with you, etc. But if you're willing to pay a little, contribute a little extra, we'll be giving you a bit of extras. So we'll have some behind the scene content. We'll give you access to recordings before they come out, unedited. So with all my mistakes, and we'll be adding also some interactive elements. I'm inspired by a bunch of awesome actual play YouTubers out there who do stuff like allow you to create NPCs, so either names or visual appearances, that kind of stuff. So we'll probably figure that in. We'll probably have some voting systems for decisions. Maybe you can throw a wrench into our players' game. We'll figure it out together. But yeah, it all starts at Patreon. I believe we've set it up for a $5 one, so super low cost. And eventually we'll have other tiers so you can contribute even more, so look into it. All right. Thanks again, and have a nice one. Cap gets a little shh on his communicator, okay? And Black Widow says, Cap, can you hear me?
Yes, I do.
She's like, I have some friendlies that are in proximity. Do you want anyone to back you up?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, we do.
And yes.
Send them.
Get me a Bucky. No.
Winter Soldier. Winter
Bucky.
Soldier. Bucky, yeah. He if you remember correctly, he was healing up in Wakanda.
Yeah.
So he's not 100%, but you could call on him.